Wednesday Addams has won everyone's hearts. Ever since the show came out, Jenny Ortega's outstanding performance has given the show a new life. Wednesday only cries once in all 8 episodes. Season 1 ends with a major cliffhanger. In today's video, we'll talk about why Wednesday only cries once in the show and what it means. We'll also discuss everything we know about Who Texted Wednesday. So without further ado, let's get into the video. First off, let's talk about the only time Wednesday cries in the show. Wednesday isn't the kind of person to show emotions. She broke one of her most important rules when she cried in one of her devastating situations in Season 1. One of Wednesday Addams' most notable attributes is her deadpan tone and expression, gothic style, sardonic attitude, and homicidal obsessions. However, Netflix's record-breaking series also shows us another side of Wednesday's personalities on 2 occasions, such as when she uncharacteristically smiles upon seeing Uncle Fester. Not only this, but Wednesday also sheds genuine tears of grief in one of Wednesday's Season 1's saddest scenes. The only time she cried is when Thing dies on Wednesday Season 1 Episode 7. Tears well up in the eyes of an emotionally distraught Wednesday as she finds Thing stabbed in her room. She brings the sentient hand to her Uncle Fester, who attempts on reviving him using his powers of electricity. After several tries and almost giving up, Fester miraculously brings Thing back to life, which causes Wednesday to cry and smile. Wednesday has seen a number of deaths around her, and none of them have made her react in the way she did when it came to Thing. Thing was her family, closest confidant, and responsibility at Nevermore. This scene showed us a vulnerable side of Wednesday, as she feared losing one of the very few things that truly understood her. Following up why Wednesday says she never cries. In the first episode of the show, Wednesday tells her roommate Enid that she never cries. This makes her brief breakdown at Thing's death so shocking. Jenna Ortega's character says the last time she cried was after Halloween, when she was 6 years old. This happened when she took her pet scorpion, Nero, out for a walk, where a group of bullies held her down and made her watch her pet die right in front of her eyes. Wednesday Episode 1's flashbacks show her burying her scorpion while she confides that she cried her little black heart out at Nero's death. But since her tears didn't bring back Nero to life or fix anything, she vowed to never cry again. Thing nearly dying reminded Wednesday of Nero's unfortunate death, which is what made her cry. Visuals of her walking Nero parallels the way she walks by Thing, showing that they both shared similar important roles in her life. Seeing Thing lifeless brought back all the emotions Wednesday felt when she saw Nero get killed a decade ago. But this time, she did more than just cry and watch it die, she willed to bring the hand back to life. Wednesday never indicated that crying was a sign of weakness, she simply thought it was pointless. However, all the feelings she pushed away came flooding back, and Wednesday's unblinking character couldn't resist shedding tears over her dear friend. Moving on, what does Wednesday crying over Thing really mean? One thing we know about Wednesday is that this girl barely shows any sort of expression or emotions on her face. She barely even blinks in the entire show. This makes her soul-crying scene extremely powerful. The crying scene being in the same episode, where she sincerely smiles for the only time, isn't coincidental. This demonstrates Wednesday's emotional growth and arc in the series, proving she doesn't really have the cold black heart she wants others to think she does. Wednesday has always felt pride for not feeling emotions. Her stay at Nevermore Academy has taught her how fulfilling her time can be if she simply embraces all her emotions instead of pushing them away. After smiling at her uncle and crying over Thing, she worked up the emotional climax of expressing affection by hugging Enid in the finale of Season 1. This means that we can expect her to express more emotions in Season 2. Maybe she'll even blink more. Who knows? Up next, Who Texted Wednesday? We think we know who it is. We see in the end credits of Season 1 that Wednesday receives a mysterious message from an unknown contact who sent her pictures of her alongside a text that said, "I'm watching you." This leaves a major cliffhanger for fans. A new theory regarding Who Texted Wednesday suggests that it might have been Xavier's father, Victor Thorpe. Victor Thorpe, a world-famous psychic, was an unseen presence throughout Wednesday Season 1. It's highly possible that he might make his on-screen appearance as the main villain of Wednesday Season 2. The threatening text may be the opening salvo of Victor's campaign against Wednesday. Wednesday and Xavier Thorpe have a strained relationship throughout the show's first season. Xavier has an unrequited crush on Wednesday, who once saved his life, but then later had him unjustly imprisoned. Xavier showed Wednesday that he has no hard feelings feelings for her at the end of Season 1 when he gave her a cellular device with his number already saved in the contacts. However, the phone is what created the new mystery for Season 2 as Wednesday received the threatening text while leaving the school grounds. There are many reasons why Victor Thorpe might be responsible for the text. His son being the one who gave Wednesday the phone is one of many reasons. Moving on, let's talk about why Xavier's father needs to appear in Wednesday Season 2. Victor Thorpe is mentioned in the show but is never seen. He was first mentioned by name in Episode 3 of Season 1, Friend or Foe. He came up when Wednesday discussed her psychic powers with Xavier. Xavier gave her some advice since his father was a world-class psychic. Wednesday was familiar with Victor because her brother had watched his Vegas special so many times I'm surprised it's not imprinted on his eyeballs. Wednesday also implied that Xavier Thorpe's relationship with his father was not the best. Victor Thorpe did not attend Nevermore's Parents' Weekend on Wednesday Season 1, Episode 5, You Reap What You Woe. Unlike most of the parents of the supporting cast of characters in the show, it suggested that Victor wanted Xavier to follow in his footsteps, as he was said to have a darker side most people don't see. This is on top of Xavier's claim that his father saw him seeking mental health treatment as a PR problem that he needs to manage. Paints a picture of a father more concerned with his image and fame than his son's own well-being. Victor Thorpe has been mentioned enough times for him to appear in the next season, and we think his role will be bigger than just Xavier's dad. Following up, let's talk about why we think Xavier's father is the one who texted Wednesday. Victor Thorpe is mentioned twice throughout the season, but very little is known about him. This means that it may be possible that he developed a grudge against Wednesday Addams and could possibly be her stalker in Season 2. Xavier was arrested on the suspicion of being a murderous monster on evidence that was gathered by none other than Wednesday. This is more than enough for her to earn Victor Thorpe's enmity, especially because Victor fears his emotionally troubled son winding up in the tabloids. Victor is very conscious of having a good name, and that's something we know for sure about him. The last thing he wants is for people to think his son is a murderous monster. Victor Thorpe is one of the very few people who might have access to Wednesday's new phone number. We know that Victor and Xavier stay in touch through text, so that suggests that the world-class psychic is tech-savvy. It's highly possible that Xavier gave Wednesday the phone at the wish of his father. It makes sense that Victor would want access to the girl who almost ruined his son's life and forced him to face a scandal he'd always dreaded and feared. Again, this is just a theory, and we don't know anything for sure just yet. Lastly, let's talk about why Victor Thorpe could be a powerful new villain for Wednesday. The secret identity of Wednesday's stalker is one of the biggest questions of Wednesday Season 2. The show will also require a new villain to add to the storyline. Victor can easily be the villain as he has the means to destroy Wednesday's life, who exposed his son's history of mental health problems to the media. Besides that, Victor has enough wealth to be a rival to the Addams family. His psychic powers will also make him a formidable foe on a mystic level. Thorpe could also possibly be the mastermind or just a part of a larger group behind Laurel Gates with plans to destroy Nevermore Academy. No matter what the case is, Thorpe will be a significant character in Wednesday Season 2, and we can't wait for it. Well, that's all for today's video, so what do you think about Wednesday's emotional growth in the show? Do you think Victor Thorpe is the one who texted Wednesday? Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.